Good afternoon, Cardinals, and welcome to UIWtv News. I'm Olivia Almarutis.
And I'm Devin Vieria. Recently, UIW was faced with the threat of a possible active shooter on campus. In the end, authorities concluded it was a case of mistaken identity, and no one was harmed in the incident. However, the event did prompt the question, how should you react if an active shooter is on your campus?
To answer this question, I attended a seminar in self-defense at Krav Maga on Crossroads Boulevard. Training ranged from learning how one should prepare themselves physically and mentally to even dressing a gunshot wound if needed. In the end, these lessons learned could make the difference between life and death.
We cannot rely on law enforcement. Statistically, it takes 9 to 14 minutes for a response to happen. And those 9 and 14 minutes are crucial for saving an individual's life.
By now, the pattern's there. Like we just said, it's not a matter of if, it's when the next one is.
Cardinals, do you know what you would do if there were an active shooter on campus? The October 27th incident shows us that UIW is not ready for the unthinkable. This past weekend, I took part in an active shooter self-defense seminar at the Krav Maga Training Center.
You need to fight like your life depends on it, because, ladies and gentlemen, your life depends on it.
The seminar covered mental preparedness.
I can't hear you. Who is responsible for your safety? Exactly.
Emergency first aid, and physical training in taking down an active shooter.
You take 1 or 2 shooters in a group of unarmed college students. If those college students attacked him because they had nowhere to run or hide, you would stop the shooting. If you do nothing, if you lay down and you put your hand above your head and you're at the foot of that active shooter, he's going to take the shot.
Among those taking part in the training today was an elementary school teacher. She feels that the current procedures are inadequate in handling an active shooter. She hopes that the schools will change their policies in order to protect lives.
I feel that I can take an active role. I feel that I can secure my students, and then I can take steps if necessary to go find someone and take them down and protect my campus.
After today, you have a skill now, right? Are you willing to use it?
Absolutely.
Okay, there you go. Problem solved. Let's do some more training.
Students, would you know how to protect yourself in this situation? Today at Krav Maga, we learned the essential skills to protect yourself physically and mentally against an armed gunman. Remember, run, hide, fight. Don't be a victim. I'm Olivia Almarutis reporting for UIWtv.
That seminar looked intense, yet very informative.
It was definitely an eye-opening experience and empowering too. If you would like more information on this program, you can visit the Krav Maga website at kravmagasanantonio.com.
The military continues to take family fun to new heights, with Randolph Air Force Base hosting the annual open house and air show casing the Thunderbirds. UIWTV's own Alex Trevino has more on the story.
This past Halloween weekend, Joint Base Randolph San Antonio hosted their annual open house and air show. Along with the static display of a Huey helicopter, about 50 new Air Force recruits were given their oaths of office by Thunderbird No. 1, Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Hammond. Of course, the main event was the U.S. Air Force aerial demonstration team, the Thunderbirds, but there were a few warm-up acts that proceeded, including the stunt aircraft and even a jet-powered tractor-trailer. This year marks the Thunderbirds' 62nd year as a squadron and the 32nd year that they have flown the F-16 Fighting Falcon. The squadron performs at least 80 air demonstrations each year to more than 280 million spectators in all 50 states and 57 foreign countries. The team performs about 40 maneuvers in a show that runs approximately 75 minutes, including the ground show and aircraft startup checks. Then they're off. 4 aircraft perform together, while 2 of the aircraft perform opposing solo acrobatics to thrill the crowds. Then they return, park their aircraft, and sign autographs for their fans.
Yeah? You like that?
All in all, a very cool event you should check out next year. Alex Trevino, UIWtv.
The Thunderbirds continue to put on an impressive performance. Yesterday, our very own veteran, Mike Lugo, attended the Veterans Day service at the chapel. Let's check it out.
The University of Incarnate Word had over 900 veterans utilizing their educational benefits this last semester, and today they're here to honor those veterans and veterans across the country. Students and faculty gathered at the Our Lady's Chapel on Veterans Day to hold an ecumenical mass for the men and women who've served our country.
We moved into the chapel and had an ecumenical service where it's a service for all veterans, but it's also a ecumenical meaning people of all faiths are welcome to come.
As UIW continues to grow, the presence of veterans on campus will continue to be seen.
We do have a lot of veterans both in our student cohort as well as our faculty and staff. So it makes for a nice community of individuals who kind of come from a similar background. But along with that, those who have never been in the military are very supportive of us here at Incarnate Word.
Veteran Paul Warner, a senior communication arts major, is pleased with the atmosphere UIW has to offer.
No matter what the case or what day that falls on the calendar where it has to deal with the veterans or something like that, UIW rolls out the red carpet for us. It's been a great experience here.
UIW will continue to celebrate its veterans this Saturday at the Military Appreciation Football Game at Tom Benson Stadium. For a full list of the events, visit veterans.uiw.edu. For UIWtv, I'm Mike Lugo.
UIW appreciates all of its veterans. In news around the nation, on Veterans Day, America honors the men and women who have served in its armed forces.
Veteran Day parades were scheduled around towns across the country. In the Capital Region, Obama took part of the annual Veterans Wreath laying ceremony at the Arlington National Cemetery. World War II veteran Jeff Settles shared his story on how he enlisted at the age of 16. The veterans of underage military service organizations say about 200,000 Americans were technically too young to serve, but did so anyways. Settles was a Navy plane captain who worked on B-24s and was awarded the Purple Heart. More than 800,000 World War II veterans are alive today, living well into their 80s and 90s.
On Tuesday, a small jet plane crashed into a residential building while it was approaching the Akron-Fulton Airport in Ohio. Authorities cannot confirm how many passengers there were, but there were no survivors. No one was in the complex when the plane crashed, and no one was on the ground was injured. Investigators are working around the clock to find out exactly how the crash happened and how the plane touched down. Their ultimate goal is to let the families know if their loved ones were on the flight. It is too early to tell if weather or a mechanical issue was a factor.
A major security scare at one of the busiest airports is raising safety concerns. Armed policemen stormed a plane in Miami International Airport after a passenger got through security with suspicious items in his carry-on bag. TSA initially allowed the man through security checkpoint with the bag, containing dental equipment. Authorities spent hours trying to locate the man, causing 73 flights to be delayed and 7 diverted to other airports. After the man was found, he was questioned and released after his carry-on was deemed as safe.
Stick around after these messages for the word for the latest entertainment news in and around campus.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A covenant that split the skies over Berlin. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A promise was made. A solemn oath that liberated Seoul. A sacred trust that defended Khe-Sanh. A pact that dug in Da Nang. A contract that weathered Tet. A promise was made. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. A bond that patrolled door to door in Fallujah. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. A promise we all must keep. DAV fights for all veterans and their families so they get the health care, financial benefits, and support they earned. If you're a veteran who needs help or you'd like to help us keep the promise, visit DAV.org.
I'm Gabrielle Estrada, and welcome to The Board, UIW source for entertainment news with another Halloween season in the books. The UIW campus was brimming with spooky, festive fun.
Following 2, where students come to play, dance, and overall have fun. Let's go check it out.
Last year year was our first one, Halloween, and we just wanted to combine the Halloween theme but just fall time and kind of put a spin on it. So this year we just wanted to keep that momentum going from last year, just to promote ourselves this year with more like stuff in the booth, so more like art and other organizations involved.
This is all my stuff. I go by Brosif. I sell stickers, t-shirts, prints, paintings, photography, prints, a little bit of everything.
Halloween's the costumes for sure. It's all about dressing up. Never too old for that.
Can you tell me more about your costume?
Oh, I'm Misty from Pokemon. My significant other was Ash.
So it looks like everyone's had a good time. On behalf of everyone from UIWtv, we wish you a happy and safe Halloween. I'm Joshua Owen with UIWtv.
Thank you, Joshua Owen, for giving us a haunting look at the festivities. Well, with the fall season in full swing and temperatures cooling down, November is a great month for staying warm and catching up on some new movie releases. Plus, with finals approaching, taking a little break with a visit to the cinema could be just what the doctor ordered. And if that doctor is Lucy from the Peanuts movie, all the better. An adaptation of the Charles Schulz comic strip series. The movie was released November 6th and has had a great response so far. If a thriller is more your speed, Heist, featuring Robert De Niro and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, premieres this Friday the 13th. We can't wait to hear reviews on this new thriller. Speaking of thrillers, UIW's theater department will be putting on a show titled Reckless. Carissa Rangel gives us the inside scoop.
Hey Cardinals, we've been invited for a sneak peek of the theater department's newest production, Reckless. Let's go check it out.
Oh shoot, here comes my bus. But listen, do me a favor. No, I will, Jeanette, but I can't. But
the production is Reckless. I play 3 characters, Tom Jr., and the Man in the Mask. Reckless is about a young woman who runs away from her home after her husband hires a hitman to kill her. And she goes on this journey of self-discovery and goes through all these crazy things.
My character picks her up at a gas station. I take her home with me, just like stay with us for a while, and I'm married to Pootie, who is a crippled deaf woman. And yeah, it just gets...
The craziness that follows that.
I play Pootie. She is Lloyd's girlfriend/wife. And she's a paraplegic, she's deaf. I actually did not know sign language before getting this role. Sarah Ferguson, she's the assistant director, she's also our sign language coach. She taught us, Tyler and I, and also Rachel, she does some sign language too later in the play. Yeah, so she taught us, we had separate rehearsals and we learned our sign language lines, and it was pretty awesome.
People should come see the show because, first of all, there's great talent. Moi. Just kidding. But there's great talent.
It's darkly funny. It's all over the place, but I think people will relate to it in a way.
And it's kind of crazy and nutty, and I find it really great.
And I'm sure the lesson will resonate with a lot of people. It's just a little something to simmer with people as they go home for the holidays and to appreciate what they have.
Come see Reckless at UIW.
Come see it, yeah. Running 13, 14, 15, and November 18, 19, 20.
Be sure to check out Reckless. UIW students get in for free. So what are you waiting for? Reporting for UIWtv, I'm Carissa Rangel.
Thank you, Carissa. We encourage all of you to go support our theater department. It's definitely a show worth checking out. Well, that's all the entertainment news we have for you today. But stay tuned for UIWtv in Español. And I'm Gabriela Estrada.
Hola Cardenales, soy Lorena Rangel. Y hoy les traigo las noticias nacionales e internacionales en español. Nunca es tarde para abrir una cuenta de Facebook. Este lunes, el presidente Obama estrenó su propia página en la red social. Su primera publicación es un video de 2 minutos, que lo muestra recorriendo el patio trasero de la Casa Blanca. En el video, el presidente Obama invita a los estadounidenses a proteger el planeta para futuras generaciones. El mensaje de Obama implora a los espectadores a preservar nuestro hermoso planeta. El presidente ha estado más activo en las redes sociales ahora que se acerca el final de su segundo mandato. El Parlamento de Cataluña aprobó este lunes una resolución para iniciar el proceso de independencia de España. El presidente del gobierno español, Mariano Rajoy, ordenó a los servicios jurídicos preparar un recurso contra la región ante el Tribunal Constitucional. En ese recurso, el Ejecutivo pedirá la inmediata suspensión de la resolución aprobada hoy, de modo que no tenga valor ni consecuencias. En ese recurso, el Ejecutivo pedirá la inmediata suspensión de la resolución aprobada hoy, de modo que no tenga valor ni consecuencias. Dale un vistazo a estas llamaradas. No estás viendo efectos especiales de Hollywood. Estas imágenes reales del Sol vienen del Observatorio de Dinámica Solar de la NASA. Capturada a principios de este mes, la imagen que ven en pantalla destaca una región activa cerca del extremo derecho del disco solar. Esa área estalló en al menos una docena de eventos menores en un periodo de 30 horas. En la imagen podemos apreciar cómo el material solar se eleva desde la superficie del Sol, creando una erupción de pequeñas llamaradas. SeaWorld está poniendo fin a sus shows de orcas en el parque de San Diego, después de una reciente ola de críticas y baja asistencia. En una conferencia de inversionistas, SeaWorld anunció que eliminará el espectáculo para el final de 2016 y estrenará una nueva experiencia de orcas con un fuerte mensaje de conservación en 2017. La asistencia en el Parque San Diego ha decaído y SeaWorld se ha enfrentado a reclamos de crueldad animal después del estreno del documental Blackfish en 2013, coproducido por CNN Films. No hay declaraciones sobre si los espectáculos también terminarán en SeaWorlds de otras ciudades. Estas son todas las noticias en español por el día de hoy. Recuerda que tienes una cita el 21 de noviembre a las 7:30 p.m. en el Benson Stadium, donde se llevará a cabo la ceremonia de apertura de Light the Way 2015. Soy Lorena Rangel. A continuación, después de los mensajes, seguirán los anuncios sobre deportes.
Hey Cardinals, and welcome to UIWtv Sports. I'm Carissa Rangel. The semester is drawing to a close, bringing with it the conclusion of a number of sports. Volleyball recently had their last home game where they celebrated senior night. Ruben Gonzalez was there and brings us more on the story.
Hi, I'm Ruben Gonzalez, and I am here outside the McDermott Convocation Center where UIW Volleyball is playing their last home game against ACU.
The Cardinal volleyball team played hard against Abilene Christian University in their last home game of the season. Both teams gave it their all, but unfortunately Abilene Christian was able to walk off with the win at the end. After the game, I interviewed two of the players on how they felt the game went.
As far as today, we just fell a little short. We had a rough start, and we're the type of team that if the momentum's not on our side at the start, it's really hard for us to pick it up at the end. But we fought back, and I feel like we gave it our all at the end of the day, and we left it all on the court for our seniors.
We started out a little rough, and then we tried to pick it up, but we just tried to pick it up a little late, which kind of put us in a bad predicament because trying to pick it up late, they were still going full throttle, so we didn't have the best outcome tonight. So.
On top of it being the last home game of the season, it was also Senior Day, where the team honored their 4 seniors. Caitlin Brooks, Taylor McClellan, Jordan Reifsteck, and Angelique Vidari were all honored as it was their last game on the Cardinal court.
Well, it was a disappointing loss against ACU at the last home game, but the volleyball girls still have 4 more road games ahead. Reporting for UIWtv, I'm Ruben Gonzalez.
The team currently holds a record of 7 wins and 16 losses, with a conference record of 5-9. They play tonight on the road at Northwestern and will close out the season on Saturday at Stephen F. Austin. Good luck, ladies. The UIW Cardinals men's soccer team completed their season of play on November 1st, falling 4-1 at the University of Seattle. Their final record for the season was 8 wins and 8 losses. The women's soccer team wrapped up their 2015 campaign with a 3-1 loss at home against the Sam Houston State Bearcats. Their final record was 3 wins, 14 losses, and 2 draws. Next, the cross-country teams competed in their last meet of the season on October 30th. The women closed out the season securing 4th position, and the men finished 8th at the meet hosted by Sam Houston State. UIW football is fast approaching their last home game. They're coming off the back of an impressive 16-2 win at Southeastern Louisiana that pushed them to a 5-4 record with a 4-3 record in conference. They will be looking to maintain their recent form when they host the Lamar Cardinals. Olivia Almarudas, met with the members of the team to see how they felt about the upcoming game.
The Battle of the Cards takes place this Saturday as the Cardinals face Lamar after an exceptional win on the road. Let's get a glimpse of what the players have to say about how they plan to clinch yet another win. We caught up with safety Trey Colbert at practice and asked him how it feels to be back home after their first victory on the road.
And it's really nice, especially with it being Southeastern, because they won conference last year and they also won the year before that. So, it's been real hard for us to win a conference game on the road. For us to finally do it, man, it was nice. The locker room was crazy after the game, and it made that bus ride a lot easier.
We asked safety Jared Ombres what he thinks it'll take to clinch another victory for this Saturday.
Equally hard, equally good opponent, and we just got to fight through it through practice.
Quarterback Taylor Woods shared his thoughts about his last home game as a Cardinal.
It's pretty unreal just to think about all the games we played at home, and you just prepare the same way every single week, and now knowing that this is the last one, at the end of every single year, Coach talks about senior day, and you just kind of write it off because it's not you, but finally it's me, which is kind of weird, kind of bittersweet, and I'll miss it like crazy.
Come out this Saturday for Military Appreciation Day and support our Cards as they hopefully seize another win. I'm Olivia Almarutis reporting for UIWtv. Go Cards!
All right, what's up, y'all? Come out, man. Show us some support out here Saturday. We gonna need y'all. Go Cards! We about to get in them. Woo!
Be sure to get out and support the Cardinals in their final home game of the 2015 season. The baseball season is coming up in the spring, with the Cardinals playing their first game on February 19th. Preparations for the season are well underway, including the Halloween scrimmage that was held on October 29th. Olivia Almarudes was in attendance for this festive occasion.
UIW baseball is having a little bit of fun for their last fall practice. Let's hear what coaches and players have to say about how they're preparing for the spring season.
Well, obviously it's Halloween, and if you look at all these people, they're ready to get after it and have a little fun out here. It's costume inter-squad. It should be fun. All of our hard work paying off. They're giving us a fun day out here.
We just look about getting better each year. Last year we won 20 or 21 games. I'm looking at winning 24, 25, starting to get closer to that 500 mark. I think we're definitely capable of playing 500 ball.
Bryce Shepard talked about how the team has evolved this season.
I think we're a little bit more focused as a team. We tried to have that set early on that we're going to be more focused and be more prepared for the spring.
This season, the one goal that we have, and we've been talking about it all fall, is conference championship. We can't compete for the tournament, but we can win outright in the regular season, so that's our number one goal.
Make sure to come out and support UIW baseball as they face LIU Brooklyn February 19th. I'm Olivia Almarutis reporting for UIWtv.
Well, Cardinals, it's that time of year again. Tomorrow is the opening day for both men's and women's basketball. Olivia Almarudes met with members of the team to ask them how they felt about the upcoming season.
I stopped by the McDermott Convocation Center to see how the men's and women's basketball teams are preparing for the 2015 season. Let's see what both teams have to say about how they're excited for this Friday's game. Mel and Sam shared how they are preparing for this Friday's games.
We're just getting in the gym, getting as much reps at shots, and practicing as hard as we can to prepare ourselves best that we can for Friday's game.
Doing the same drills, a lot of shooting drills, playing team ball, TLU. It should be a good first game to help us get prepared for the season.
Cheyenne Berry and Mitchell Badia talked about their strategy for the upcoming season.
Personally, I'm just trying to help the girls mentally get ready. Physically, they're doing all that they can during practice, just, I guess, following the coach's protocol and what we have to kind of prepare.
We're looking more team-oriented, and hopefully we can take advantage of the good players and everybody that we have.
Erica Adams and Kyle Hiddle talked about how they plan to get pumped up and ready for the game.
Hopefully just get out to a huge early lead. I heard we have a pretty good crowd coming, so maybe hopefully get them involved early. And
we got we had the music on, everybody just jamming, spandex on, we're not dressed yet, so we just all just jumping up and down, getting ready. So when we come out here, we all focused, ready, prepared for the pregame shooting and all kind of stuff like that.
Make sure to come out this Friday night as the women's basketball team plays LSU Alexandria and as the men's team plays Texas Lutheran. I'm Olivia Almarutis reporting for UIWtv. Go Cards!
The women will host LSU Alexandria at 6 p.m. and the men's team takes on Texas Lutheran at 8:30. It looks like it'll be an exciting night of basketball. Be sure to show your support for your UIW Cardinals. That's all for this edition of UIWtv Sports. Be sure to keep up with all the latest UIW athletics news at UIWcardinals.com. Next up is the weather with Ruben Gonzalez. My name is Carissa Rangel. Let's go Cardinals.
It's a nice and beautiful day here in South Texas. Temperatures are a little bit on the cool side right there, 73 degrees to start off the day with a dew point of 48 degrees. So it's nice and dry out there. It's cooled down big time. Now across the region right now, we do have a few little cumulus clouds building up out toward the west. We did have a few showers out toward the east right there. But then other than that, we have been experiencing very clear conditions, especially with the cold front that just worked its way down. But the nice thing about the cold front, it has definitely knocked temperatures down across the region. So upper 50s right there across the hill country, 59 over in Del Rio. But then as you work your way out to the east right there, we did have a little bit more mild temperatures right there, 65 over Victoria. Now the main thing that the cold front did, it didn't cool temperatures all the way down to freezing, but it did make the air a little bit more drier. In fact, with our dew points, a dew point of 37 in the hill country means very nice and dry. And then even here in the metro area, 38 degrees is a dew point and even 50 out in Victoria. So usually it's humid around this time of year, but now everything's dried out. The air will feel very nice and comfortable on your skin for sure today. But that's going to change as we take a look at our future cast. So we'll have increasing moisture right there coming in from the Pacific over the next 48 hours, and we'll have increased rain chances coming up in the short term. And this will definitely affect the game a little bit on Saturday with the football game against Lamar. So speaking of that, so temperatures throughout the game, they're going to be around the mid 60s at the very end of it, but 61 to start out for your tailgate. And yes, I do forecast partly cloudy skies with a little bit of spots of sunshine here and there throughout the game, but I cannot rule out a slight shower or storm just to roll through the area. But just make sure you bring an umbrella and also a coat just to have it handy for the game on Saturday. Now for the rest of the day today, we're going to go up to 73 degrees with partly cloudy skies with a northeast wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's going to be breezy. It'll be nice and dry for Thursday, for today. And also for because of those lower dew points, our low tonight is going to go knock down into the mid 50s. For sure across the area. Now for your week ahead, Friday you do have a 20% chance of showers to work with, but just expect mostly sunny skies. But then Saturday and Sunday, that's when the moisture will start to roll into the region, and that's when we'll start to have a little bit of moisture to work with. And even look at those temperatures. Saturday is when the temperatures will start to lower down, and then even into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, that's when the rain will definitely settle in across the region, and we'll have temperatures going into the around 70-degree mark.
Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, and follow us on Instagram. I'm Olivia Amarudis.
And I'm Devin Villarreal. Let's go Cardinals!